covering the community, events, and people of Georgia, Carolina. This is the Means Report. Here is Brad Means.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Means Report. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday with us. We appreciate it, and we do hope life is slowly but surely returning to normal in the wake of that February ice storm. Thankfully, with each beautiful day we get under our belts, that storm is more and more of a distant memory, isn't it? And I hope your surroundings are starting to look like they used to. We have a couple of great things to talk about on the Means Report, and I know you'll be glad you tuned in for the next half hour because we want to talk about cancer. We want to talk about families that are dealing with this deadly disease and ways that you can help them overcome that struggle, or at the very least, help them get through that struggle a little bit more easily than they would be able to without your assistance. And it's very easy and very fun for you to help out. Also coming up a little bit later in the show, we're going to talk to Jeff Fehrman, some good financial advice as we really get into 2014. He'll talk about the best ways to handle your money going forward. Always a privilege to have Jeff Fehrman here on the set of the Means Report. But first, let's begin with ways to help folks dealing with cancer, shall we? And to do that, we're going to bring in two experts on the subject. They are Sybil Surrett. Sybil is the Senior Development Officer with the University Healthcare Foundation, and John Rhodes is the chairperson of this year's Patchin-Westin Celebration. Sybil and John, thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you. We love being here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have both of you. John, let me start with you about this Patchin-Westin event. Just by way of information, folks, it's named for Art Patchin and Will Westin IV, God rest them both. How did their names get linked to this celebration to help people? How did it all start? Is it something that one of them said, hey, let's do this?
Good question, Brad. It really originated 22 years ago when Art Patchin was battling leukemia. His oncologist was Dr. Michael Slayer. And Dr. Slayer witnessed Art having to forego some treatment, really experienced some very difficult financial hardships. And to Dr. Slayer's credit, he didn't want other patients to have to make the same difficult decisions. Art's buddies and Dr. Slayer came together and formed the Art Patchin Endowment and took it upon themselves to memorialize and celebrate Art's life on an annual basis going forward. And every year for 20 years, Art was remembered by way of the Art Patchin Celebration. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, we lost Will Westin IV, who was an ardent supporter. He's been on this committee. He was on this committee for 12 to 15 years, I believe. Probably raised more capital for the endowment than any other individual. And we therefore rechristened the event the Patchin-Westin Celebration in Will's honor.
You know, it's amazing each year at the celebration, Sybil, to see the energy and enthusiasm that goes into it. You could tell John, as the chair, knows it's going to be another great event. The Augusta Golf Association intricately involved with it too. Why do you think that people keep supporting this so strongly year after year?
The endowment helps so many people in our community, and the night of the event we'll have 3 recipients who have been supported with this endowment. And they just come there and tell the donors of the endowment how much it meant to them to be helped during such a crisis in their life. So I think they get to hear it firsthand from the recipients who have received the help.
I want to talk a little bit more about that with both of you. This isn't just a party that you can go to and you go home thinking, okay, that was a fun party. You get to see and hear firsthand the impact that you are making, and I'll give you all both a chance to speak to that. What are some of the stories that you hear? How does this help those folks?
Well, they're referred to us from their oncology or through the hospital, and we talk with them. Many times they need medicines, they need transportation, they need their electricity bill paid while they're out of work, they need some help with their house payments, and just many, many, many things. Each situation is just totally different.
John, that's really part of the party where everyone pays attention. You know, the celebration kind of dies down from them because we want to hear these folks' stories and hear how their lives are hopefully getting a little bit easier, right? No
question. It's very, very meaningful and impactful to hear firsthand from the patient, and the patients will let the group know just how helpful it was as they were going through their treatment.
Let's talk about the celebration. It's coming up a week from today. This we're taping on a Thursday, as we always do. This will air on a Sunday, and then a week from today is the celebration. Tell me a little bit.
Sunday the 23rd will be the celebration.
Yeah, Sunday the 23rd, and this will air on Sunday. Is this Sunday the, oh my gosh, I'm losing track of my days. Yeah, the month is getting away from me. Sunday the 23rd is the Patchin-Westin Celebration.
That's correct.
And I want you to tell me about what we can expect if folks show up at the Augusta Country Club that night.
Sure. The event begins at 6 o'clock. There'll be heavy hors d'oeuvres. There's adult beverages.
Yeah.
A wonderful silent auction. Many of the local businesses have been annual supporters of this event. A lot of very nice items are auctioned on a silent basis. Hank Garrett is kind enough to be our live auctioneer for some interesting and fun items that always bring a lot of excitement. Brad, we thank you for your annual hosting of the event as our MC and keeping the agenda moving along.
Thank you, sir.
And it's a fun evening.
Well, I know that I want to take a chance to show the viewers a picture of the late Art Patchin and Will Westin IV. This is a wonderful poster that the foundation put together. And as you look at that, John, tell me about some of the folks and corporations who have already stepped up to make sure this is a success. It's pretty impressive.
Sure. What makes it a success is the financial support from the sponsors, and we thank our partner sponsor, AP Wealth and the Augusta Fund. Our title sponsors are Augusta Oncology Associates and Abbott Oil, Inc. And our premier sponsors are Club Car, who's kind enough with a golf car that will be auctioned, Crothel Healthcare, Dixie Riverside A&A Vending Canteen, and the Knox Foundation.
Boy, what a list. And how key, though, is it for individuals to step forward and buy tickets? I mean, anybody watching this, I want to encourage them. I want to plead with them to please show up at the Country Club on that Sunday night. How do you get your ticket and go?
They just call the University Healthcare Foundation. The number is 706-667-0030, and we can take their information by phone, put them on the guest list, and just show up at 6 o'clock on Sunday, March the 23rd.
And if there is a side benefit to the purchase of tickets, there's a raffle. Each year we raffle a trip to Hilton Head for the Heritage Golf Tournament.
Yes.
And so there's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo and 4 clubhouse badges for the Heritage Golf Tournament.
I tell you what, if you're looking to just have a fun Sunday night and just head over to Augusta Country Club and have a relaxing evening and hopefully win some stuff, bid on some stuff, I don't think there's a better opportunity in town, do y'all?
Absolutely not.
It's the best. We hope to see you there.
I can hear people asking, though, Sybil, as they watch this, my loved one has cancer, or I am having difficulty paying Georgia Power this month. How do they go about getting in touch with someone, perhaps with the endowment, who can use some of these funds to help them? Is it a difficult process? Do you have to go to the party to do that? How's it work?
No, you just call the University Healthcare Foundation, and we will take your information and we will talk with you. We have one of the girls that works in the office handles this personally, Miss Judy Mars. And if you are seeing, or if you're a patient at University Hospital and you're seeing any of our oncologists and you feel like you need some help getting through your crisis situation, we'll be happy to talk with you.
John, let me ask you this, sort of to take us behind the scenes of what it's been like to work with this committee. I have such admiration for what you do because you had to ask that impressive list of sponsors to say yes, to sponsor this. What kind of responses do you get once people understand where their money is going, what they're supporting? My guess is that people are pretty enthusiastically behind this. Is that what you're picking up on?
Most definitely. As a matter of fact, there's a golf tournament the following day that the Frank Dennis Memorial Tournament has been held for the last couple of years, and they have begun to support the Patchin-Westin Endowment with the funds raised from that golf tournament. And what the motivation was, all these funds stay in the community. We know we're helping local patients, and we know that we're helping local people helping local people.
It's true. You know, it's and those testimonies really tell it all at the party that night. Sybil, I can't let you leave this set without giving me just any sort of update on all of the many things going on at University. I know that there are a lot of exciting things going on. What else is the foundation or the hospital itself working on these days that you'd care to talk about?
Well, we have the 29th annual Jernigan Memorial Golf Tournament on May 5th. It's always the first Monday in May at Woodside Plantation. That's beginning to crank up. Of course, the hospital is looking to build a hospital in Columbia County.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wanted to ask you that because, you know, anytime somebody with university attached to their name, anytime I see them, that's the first thing you think about is that Columbia County Hospital. Again, we're recording on a Thursday. This will air on this Sunday. Have you picked up on any signals or signs, or is it still a waiting game?
It's still a waiting game. I think there are many decisions that have to be made, but I've been at the hospital for 40 years, and I think I have a good feel for the hospital, and I think if I was a resident in Columbia County, and I would probably really consider University Hospital as the best choice for the best care that can be given to the people that live there.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see how this plays out. Do you all have a timetable? It seems like the answer is coming in the next couple of weeks or so. Is that accurate?
That's what I understand,
Yeah.
yes, but I'm not sure.
And either one of y'all, I didn't want to let you go without asking about the golf tournament. I did mean to mention that because this year, for the first year, the day after the celebration that Sunday is a day-long golf tournament on Monday, the Dennis Memorial Golf Tournament. John, is it too late to get teams in that? Has that filled up?
It is not filled up. We have I think, still less than 10 openings.
Okay.
And we would encourage folks to call if they're interested in putting a team together, to call the 706-667.
0030.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good, very good. And I hope people will. It's going to be a fun 2 days for sure. And again, thank you, Sybil, for what you do. And thank you, John, for making sure this event is a success. We appreciate it.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, anytime. Y'all are both always welcome here. John Rhodes and Sybil Surrett. Make sure you go to the Patchin-Westin Celebration. It is going to be a lot of fun. And try to get a team in that golf tournament. Remember, all the fun starts Sunday, March 23rd, 6 o'clock at Augusta Country Club. $75 per person, $100 per couple. You talk about a fun date. Go watch the sunset over the Augusta Country Club golf course. It is an absolutely beautiful evening. 706-667-0030 is the number to call. It is a wonderful, wonderful cause. You're helping these families pay their bills that they otherwise would not be able to. What more can you do to help your fellow man or woman? When the Means Report continues, Jeff Fehrman will be here with his financial advice. Also, we'll tell you how you can help shape future editions of the Means Report with your input, and we'll tell you about a mayoral forum coming up. All 5 candidates coming here to Television Park to try to win your vote to replace Deke Copenhaver. All of that information as the Means Report continues